Hello everybody and welcome back for some more TEW 2016. Today I got an episode of SmackDown for you guys. I ended up going ahead and playing with the angle writer for this episode, so I'm pretty excited because I've never done that before, so I'm looking forward to how that affects our ratings tonight. I also ended up putting us in Hawaii for this episode because it was trying to put me in Puerto Rico again, so I was like, I've never done Hawaii before, so I booked it there, so we'll see if that really affects anything, but I don't think it should. So before I jump into the card, if you guys could drop me a sub and a like, I would very much appreciate it. It helps out the video and the channel, and let's go ahead and run our show. So we're starting off with a pre-show match. I did a 3-on-3 tag team match with the Bashams and Linda Miles, who was Shaniqua in SmackDown later on in 2003. Jamie Noble, Funaki end up picking up the win, and Doug and Danny Basham keep bugging me to bump them up to the main show, but their performance is still pretty low, so maybe I will at some point and just use them on Heat for now, but they're definitely not ready for the main show. Then we got another pre-show match, X-Pac facing off against Bill DeMott. X-Pac picks up the win. In terms of performance, it looks like they're pretty equal with each other, and the match got a 55, so it was a pretty fair match. Then in our final pre-show match, we had Los Guerreros facing off against Johnny Stamboli and Tajiri. Obviously, Eddie and Chavo pick up the win. Eddie was definitely a lot more stronger than everybody else in this match, but they didn't do too bad. So now on to the main show. We start off with John Cena dropping a freestyle rap on Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. Edge, of course, is in the ring because they are a tag team at the moment, and they have a match coming up next. It is not for the title, however. So then we have that match. John Cena and Edge pick up the win against Team Angle. It looks like Charlie Haas didn't really do that good, but he's not really that strong at the moment. Shelton Benjamin picked up the 60, so he's definitely getting better and better as the weeks go on. And then afterwards, Eddie and Chavo came out and they attempted to attack Cena and Edge, but of course Cena and Edge were paying attention, so the attack was not successful. And then afterwards, we cut to the backstage. Kurt Angle is pissed off at Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin because they were supposed to win. Kurt Angle was out there by ringside. He even attempted to distract John Cena and Edge, but they still did not pick up the win. Then in our next match, it looks like it didn't really do that good, but we had Billy Kidman facing off against Shannon Moore. Billy Kidman picked up the win. He had Tori Wilson at the ringside, which I don't think I actually set that on camera, but at some point I set it off camera. And it looks like Billy Kidman and Shannon Moore don't seem to click that much, so we probably won't book them in matches together in the future. Then after the match, this is another, where I created the angle, so after Billy Kidman picks up the win, Matt Hardy shows up out of nowhere and attacks him with the help of Shannon Moore. Matt Hardy then jumps onto the microphone and cuts a promo on Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio then comes out and challenges Matt Hardy for another title shot at, I'm pretty sure it's No Way Out, and Matt Hardy of course accepts, so we will have a title match for the Cruiserweight Champion between Matt Hardy and Rey Mysterio at No Way Out. Then we cut backstage once again. The Big Show has a match against Rikishi, and he's pretty much just letting everybody know that he is going to pick up the victory tonight. I've totally forgot that Paul Heyman was Big Show's manager. Then we have that match. It was a pretty good match, and Big Show picks up the victory against Rikishi. It looks like the match suffered because of selling on display, and it was probably because Rikishi was visibly tired. Maybe I said it a little too long because I haven't had Rikishi on the main show in a while. But outside of that, the match still did pretty good, so that's all that matters. The Big Show sustained a damaged shoulder in the match. That's not good because we have the Big Show in a pretty big storyline at the moment, so hopefully I will look into that, but it doesn't last too long. Rikishi got some heat backstage after the bout because it was felt that he caused the mistake. Yeah, I have a feeling he may have botched the match because I had him in too long, so hopefully, like I was saying, that it's not a long injury. And then I don't remember what was supposed to go on, because I did have text, but it glitched out. I think basically it was just the Big Show attacked Rikishi and then ranted about Chris Benoit. And then we cut backstage. Hulk Hogan is hanging out with Tori Wilson and Dawn Marie. Basically, it's just saying that The Rock is definitely going to lose his match tonight. It's kind of just a random promo I threw together because I needed to incorporate the woman somehow, and Hulk Hogan needed to be on the show, so I was like, why not? Then in our next match, we have Chris Benoit facing off against Canyon. Chris Benoit picks up the victory with the crippler crossface. And then I ended up setting this as the storytelling match, so I actually remembered for a change that we needed a storytelling match. Although I've been pretty good at that lately. Then we have just a video hyping the main event, which is going to be The Rock facing off against Brock Lesnar, and that is coming up next. Then we have that main event, 85 rating, so that was pretty awesome. The Rock picks up the victory against Brock Lesnar. Of course, during the match, we had Kurt Angle come out and distract Lesnar because Lesnar was pretty close to getting the victory, but unfortunately, he was not able to pick it up. Then afterwards, we have a promo between Sting and The Undertaker. Sting, once again, comes out to the arena and demands that The Undertaker battles him in WrestleMania. Sting wants to end The Undertaker's win streak at WrestleMania. The Undertaker comes out, he finally tells Sting, you know what, if you want your main event match, you're gonna get it. Then he comes down to the arena. He's about ready to start brawling with Sting now, but then the arena goes black and Sting is nowhere to be found afterwards. And that is going to be it for this episode, so let's go ahead and see how the show ended up doing. You got an 80, so definitely good still, because that's where I kind of aim, is to get like in the 80s, which it's a 80, so I will take it. And it looks like Charlie Haas was used too much apparently. But the show gained popularity in 9 regions, so that's always awesome. Let's go ahead now, check our emails. It's probably they're complaining that people don't do good. The Big Show sustained the injury, so let's go ahead and look in to see how long that is. I feel like a lot of people are getting injured lately. So it looks like, okay, he will only be out for 2 weeks rather, so that's not too bad because that could have been a lot worse. So at least 2, I think with something like that, we can actually use him in storylines, which will be interesting. And then Brock Lesnar does not think Charlie Haas is that great, and Michael Hayes does not think that Stamboli is that great. So now I'm gonna go ahead, I made a short list of some people that I wanna sign. Most of them are going to Developmental, but then I have one that is going to be on the main roster. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out. The first person I wanna sign is Melina. We have Johnny Nitro or John Morrison or whatever you wanna call him, because he went by both of those names. So we're gonna sign her to Developmental. This is literally her rookie year, which I'm pretty sure she was on Tough Enough. Then the next person that I am wanting is Luna Vachon, which I'm actually going to sign her to the main roster because we recently signed Gangrel, who thinks it's a good idea to sign her. I'm thinking I'm probably going to at least like use her as Gangrel's manager. I'm not really sure. Due to my declining physical abilities, I would prefer a reduced schedule. We can give you that, so I'm gonna go ahead, and I think pretty much what she's gonna want is to only be on like everything except house shows. So let's go ahead and sign that. And then the next person that I want, which is a recommendation from the creative meeting, is Ken Anderson. So we're gonna go ahead and sign him the OVW. He obviously went on to become Ken Kennedy in the main roster. I think it's like a few years from now, but since this is our universe, we can sign him whenever we want. And then the next person I want to sign is Carly Cologne, which obviously, although maybe not obviously, but it's actually kind of hard to tell in this picture too. He was Carlito on the main roster because by the time he debuted, he grew out his afro, which is kind of almost weird in a way to see him with short hair. So let's go ahead, drop him a developmental contract, and he's not interested because he feels like it is a waste of time, but we're not ready to put you on the main roster, I don't believe. I mean, he does have some popularity, but I don't know. Do you guys think that we're ready to sign Carlito, or should I hold off a little bit? Let me know in the comments, because I think I'm going to hold off this week, but maybe we will eventually sign him and put him right on the main roster. So now the final person that I am going to sign today is Simon Diamond. He is in a relationship with Dawn Marie, and I'm just going to send him over to OVW for now. He was also in the original ECW, which I don't really know a lot about because I was too young to remember how that went. And it looks like Dawn Marie's happy that we're going to sign him, so it's always good to make our other people on the roster happy. So let's go ahead, sign developmental contracts, and at least he seems to be willing to do developmental for now, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna simulate some days to see if any of these people end up signing with us. 7 developmental contract ending. I'm not even sure who that is, to be honest. I don't really know much about this guy, but I don't know if he's even somebody that I'm going to use really on the main roster. If you guys want me to re-sign him, let me know in the comments. I'll go ahead and re-sign him. Otherwise, if not, I'm probably just gonna let his contract expire because I don't think he's somebody that I'm going to use. So it looks like we got our first signing, so let's go ahead. Oh, we already got 3 out of 4 people, so let's go ahead, send them all off to OVW. I'm gonna go ahead and complete Melina's contract. I noticed she was a face, so that's fine. Ken Kennedy, we're gonna do, because when we bring him up, we want him as a heel, so let's go ahead, send him. And then Simon Diamond, also a heel, because right now Dawn Marie's a heel. And once we bring him up to the main show, we'll probably have them work together. It looks like he has a week, and then the only contract left is Luna Vachon. So now this is just the SmackDown TV rating, and let's go ahead and I will skip. I believe tomorrow is OVW, if I am not mistaken. Alright, so I think OVW must actually be Sunday, but this one's kind of interesting. Eric Bischoff and D'Lo Brown have been having problems recently, which I've never had before, where it actually created like new enemies. I don't really know why Eric Bischoff and D'Lo Brown are randomly mad at each other, but it's kind of interesting and it adds to the game a little bit. Alright, so we are on Sunday. It looks like Luna Vachon does want to sign with us, but before I do that, I just want to go ahead and check out Ohio Valley Wrestling. It looks like Lance Cade picked up the victory against Sylvain Grenier. Melina debuted and already defeated Nicole Bass. Then we have the tag team champion Sean O'Hare and Mark Henry, which that's right, eventually I do want to bring up Mark Henry, Sean O'Hare, just a few people, which is why I'm trying to sign some more, so this way I will have some people already on the show once I start bringing up some other ones. I'm thinking my goal too is to kind of try to build a bunch of people rather than bringing in like a bunch of people that already have high popularity. Which, I mean, obviously there's a few more that I plan on signing, but I want to try to, like, build it up rather than just oversaturating it. So let's go ahead and negotiate with Luna Vachon. We're gonna leave her a heel, because I'm pretty sure I left Gangrel as a heel, so we will complete the contract. She has another week, so once she is available, we will set her to SmackDown, which is good because they need some more women anyway. So yeah, that is going to be all for today's episode of OVW. Some good random news too is I ordered a cable for the PS2 and it also will work for the PS3, so pretty soon I will be able to use those again on my capture card, so I will have some more content out hopefully within the next month. So thank you for watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I hope y'all have a very good day. Bye.